beauty queen, and GuyRex Girl reveals the realities of becoming the first protege of Kings of Beauty, Richard Guy and Rex Holt, in the 1970s. Now, her experiences launch GuyRex into Miss USA pageant history, even as her family falls apart and she struggles to leave the pageant world. And joining us now is the former pageant girl and national award-winning author Jane Little Bakken, the author of The Pink Dress. I want to thank you so much for joining us on ABC-7 at 4.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And we're excited to have you. I know it's taken some time for us to connect to really talk about your book, but Jane, I have to ask, why did you wait so long to write The Pink Dress?
Well, you have to mature and be able to look back at it, at that history, because I look at it as a history. I'm a historian. I'm a Western biographer, a historian, and I had to look at myself as a character. The emotional involvement in it was just so tense and strong for years as I was maturing and growing older, and having kids of my own. And once my parents passed and Guy and Rex had passed, I don't know, I started talking about the book to some friends right before COVID, and I couldn't go out and research for my normal books that I would do, travel across the country. And they said, well, you really ought to write that story. And I'd never written anything like that before. I don't write fiction. I've never written memoir. And I thought, okay, well, maybe I can. And they said it would be painful, and it was. But it was so great to look back at it. It set in the historical time that it was, and then look at myself as a player during that American counterculture moment in El Paso. So I finally did.
Well, Jane, who were Richard Guy and Rex Holt, for those that are too young to remember?
This Miss El Paso pageant came up in 1971, and it was cheap, and they just decided, oh, we'll just buy that pageant. I mean, we make these gowns and dresses anyway.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
So what made these men so different from other pageant coaches?
They remade you. I mean, they took a girl. They had such an eye on how they wanted the girl to be. They were very much into Hollywood. They watched all the dress, all the sculpting, all the tricks. It wasn't just like normally a pageant. Some towns' Chamber of Commerce would have a beauty queen. They say, here's $50, go buy yourself a swimsuit, and an evening gown. When I went to the Miss Texas for Miss America pageant, I had 4 designer gowns that they made, all handmade. They had a warehouse over on Texas Avenue, and they had workers, seamstresses and seamsters who walked across the bridge every day. These people were so talented, and they handmade all these gowns. And then all of a sudden the gowns become very famous. To have a GuyRex gown was really something.
So how did you fit into their story?
Well, I was the first one. So when
that's a big deal.
I was the first girl. I was the first GuyRex girl, and they were new at this. And of course, I definitely was new at this. I had never intended to join enter a beauty contest, and they tried out everything on me. I mean,
oh, that's amazing.
The things that they did not do with other girls later. I think I said in the opening of the book, I was like GuyRex Girl 1.0, and they were the first version model, and they were the creators, and we were all flawed at it.
Well, I am so excited about the book, and I know you have a book signing that's going to be coming up, so please let us know about that so we can support you.
I will. The book signing is going to be, the first one is going to be at Margin Notes. It's which is a new bookstore. It's off Wrestler on, I think I wrote this down, Cimarron Street. So it's West El Paso.
Oh, yes.
What used to be cotton fields when I was growing up. And that is going to be at 2 o'clock on September 28th. And then I will be back again in November 16th at Barnes & Noble's East at the Fountains at Farrah.
Okay, love it, Jane. I do have my copy too. I'm so excited about this book.
I would like to add one thing, Nicole.
Okay, of course.
Why they're so famous is that they went on to produce 6 Miss USAs from their Miss Texases. The last 5 are called the Texas Aces.
That's right.
And they sent them all on the world stage in cowboy dress. And so they brought the rest of the world to the United States. We were the cowboys, because that's how they showed up in cowgirl dress. So they really made an impact on the industry.
Cannot wait to read the rest of your book. I already started, Jane. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your amazing story with us.
Okay, thanks, Nicole.
We'll be right back.